What was your process when you were getting the internship? Like, because you had to make a video, right? Mm-hmm. So did you have to like show them your portfolio, go in for interviews, and then shoot a game?
No, just because my role was social and editorial content. So like, or associate. So I was more specific on helping with social and website. And then it was a plus that I could shoot. Oh. And so going in, the role was like more editorial on the social team, but like I came in, it was hard. I had to like sell myself in the right way. I'm like, this is what I love to do. This is my background, but I studied journalism to pair with storytelling to understand how to tell a story. And social also really interests me. And like all the other experiences I had with shooting, they didn't have really a social person. So I was kind of doing both, but like not a ton of formal experience, but I mean, I had one other internship with social and stuff, but I came in being like, I'll do whatever. Like, and I'm happy I did that because I just wanted to come in and be willing to help out in any way and just absorb everything as an intern.
And has the job changed a lot since you first started as an intern and now being full-time?
Yeah, because I was an intern for that 1920 season, and then COVID hit and all the NBA pretty much laid off their interns. So then I moved back home, and then I was just doing freelance in different projects there. And then when things were opening back up, I started interviewing in the sports space, and I was almost going to go to another team, and then a spot opened back up. And so it made sense, and I wanted to be back in LA. And so I came back. I was social coordinator. I did a year as social coordinator, and then a full-time photo spot opened up. So I interviewed for that and then made the transition of all photo.
Oh, dope.
So Abigail's our full-time photo, which is, I was explaining to them, it's very rare in the NBA. There's not a ton of just sole photo jobs, correct? Like, how many of you guys do you think there is? Like, there's not one at every team.
I know. Every team's just structured so different. Like we said, like, there's other people whose roles are half social, half shooting. And then like they have other people that come and shoot. And then like when I was an intern, the full-time photo was also head social, which like that to me are like such separate. Yeah. Like it's just, things are just evolving as they go. And so I think I'm happy. Like now that, I felt to do both and to balance both and then to get a role of like all the stuff you love to do. I was like, it's the best.
And isn't it funny how people think it's like, oh, you can shoot the games and do photos, but then also run our social. Like it's the same thing. It's like really not.
It's and you want someone to be devoted and passionate about separate things. And it's great that I had that background because now I have a great relationship with our social team that I'm then able to like bring up ideas or because like with this gig and any other photo stuff I do, like I ask a ton of questions before the gig because I want to know like how's this being cropped, how's this being sent out, is this on the website, like where is this going to live, because it totally changes how you're shooting. And so I've learned to just do that like before anything starts because it just packages way better.
And you talked about this, like I was trying to pick your brain about your process a minute ago, and you were saying how now you're shooting almost as if it's like edited in your camera, right? Like how has that changed from maybe when you were like in college at BYU to now when you actually go get those images and you're firing them off like so fast?
Yeah, I think it's like a learning curve with equipment. Like I've been shooting since I was like 15. And so I feel like things catch up. Like at the beginning, I would lean on editing and knew I could do everything in post and obviously nail the settings as best as I can. And then I feel like since being here, and like right before this job, I've just absolutely perfected the settings exactly how I want it. So then the post is as quick and efficient as possible. Because in sports, it just has to be so quick. Right. And you literally can have the greatest photo ever, but if it's not delivered at the right time, like no one cares about it. So just like every other platform. But yeah, I think I've really tried to nail the in. And it honestly doesn't burn me out as much. Like with other jobs, I'm editing so heavily with other freelance stuff that you almost get burnt out by doing photo. But I feel with this job in this position, it's long hours and it's long games and that kind of stuff, but I don't really get as burnt out, I feel, because I'm not like sitting in Photoshop for hours and hours and hours and hours. Like our designers are so talented and I can bring them something and they can tweak it for how they need it. Like most of the time they're going to tweak it anyway.